The nice guys on business have never, ever interviewed an ostrich on their podcast. Allegedly. But they have brought up that fucking Mustang podcast over and over and over again.
So it sounds like from this, you're against the buying of the homeowner's warranty.
If I was your mom, no. Because I get it. If something weird happens with my dishwasher and I don't want to mess with it, I don't want to think about it.
Right.
Yeah, I probably would rather pay $75. But for you or me, fuck no.
The nice guys are upgrading the electric in their podcast studio. The wiring for 220, 221, whatever it takes. Idiots. Well, there's nothing better than a new Nice Guys on Business podcast. Except for kids falling off bikes. Maybe. Fuck, I can watch kids falling off bikes all day. I don't give a fuck about your kids. 3 days a week, they're able to hold it together. This is not one of those days. Welcome to Fuckery with the Nice Guys. Adults need not apply. No interviews, lots of ranting, and they sometimes stumble onto something useful. Go figure. Now it's time for Nice Guys Fuckery with the kings of fuckery themselves, Doug Sandler and Strickland Bonner.
Hit record. I got to pull my mic nice and close so I sound all sexy for the podcast.
Strickland Bonner, you're still in Las Vegas. You either lost a lot of money and don't have enough to get home.
I had to sell my return ticket, right? I was playing Casino War with a guy, and the dealer said, "Okay, guess what number's behind my back?" 2. No, sorry, 3. Oh, there's my plane ticket. It's gone.
Wait, is Casino War a thing?
Okay, really funny. Vegas Vacation, right? I've only seen it once. I'm kind of a big Chevy Chase fan, but I just don't like the vacation movies. I think that they're a little kind of dumb.
Tough franchise after about the first 12.
But in that, like, they started the casino and he starts losing money, if I remember correctly. And by the way, I'm sure Jared is going to correct me on this. I have a feeling that he's probably seen it a couple of times. But if I remember correctly from the one time I saw it, they started a nice casino and he's playing regular games and losing money. And they work their way down to like the kind of shitty, crappy downtown casinos. And then at one casino, they actually have war. Like, it's just like playing Casino War.
Right.
They actually have that in casinos some places now.
Oh my God.
If I remember correctly, there was one game even past war where he was like, the game was you bet $5 that you can't guess the number that the dealer is thinking about, or how many fingers am I holding up? That was the joke. It was like, you're holding up 2 fingers. Oh, nope. Sorry. It's 1. Oh, damn it. Sorry. I lose again.
What's the most that you've ever lost in Las Vegas? And how did you feel when you lost it?
Okay. It's weird because, when you're playing craps or something, like, I don't make big sports bets and stuff. Right. So like if you're playing craps, I've got,
yeah, but you got all that money on the table at one time. You don't think about, that's a one bet that I'm going to lose my money on.
Well, that's the thing is I'm not a huge gambler, but I also, the money that I gamble with is money that I'm expecting to use for entertainment, right? It'd be great if I won, but I'm not. So if I'm at a craps table, if I lose $100, $200, I'm like, okay, cool, I'm done. Now, would that happen a couple times over a trip? Maybe, yeah. But like, I'm the kind of guy where like, if during a trip, if I lose $200 at a craps table in like 15 or 20 minutes, I might go back the next day and try again. But if it happens twice, I'm like, fuck it. I'm just not spending any more money.
I just remember all those trips that we had to Vegas in the early 2000s where we would go with Robert and Dr. Stewie and Chuck. And these guys would put, they would have, I don't even know the purple chips. They were like $5,000 and $10,000 chips. And that scared the shit out of me. But the beauty of it is, I don't gamble. The beauty of it is when I go to Las Vegas and these guys win big, I'm always getting treated to something. When they lose, they never ask me for money. So I'm like, this is fine. It's a good relationship, I think.
No, it's true. That's it exactly. Robert would make like $5,000 bets on football.
Oh my God.
Shit, like crazy money. But anyway, more specifically, what I was thinking about, like the most I ever lost. This is interesting because I was playing poker, and typically when I play poker, I sit down at a table with $200, $300, right? And
Yep.
I've walked away, like if I started with $300, I've walked away with 7 or 8, 900, $1,000 sometimes, right? I was playing and I was doing really well, right? And I had like 8 or $900 in front of me.
Yeah.
And I get in a hand and it's crazy. I don't even remember the hand now, but it was
can all go away in one hand.
It can. Well, and this is the story of that, right? So it's a really good hand and I'm betting. And this other guy who has been a very loose, not very good player at the table, he's betting into me and I'm raising and he's raising. So ultimately with 2 more cards to come, he's all in, but his all in was like $650.
Oh no.
And so
this was keep up with him, right?
This was a $1,200 pot. 1,200, and half of that's mine, right? So, but I've got a really killer hand. Now, I don't have the best hand, and there's 2 cards to come, so things can change, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm feeling like I've been watching this guy play. I have a pretty good idea of what he's got, and I think I can still beat him, and it's worth it, right? Okay, so we turn our cards up. God, I wish I could remember the specific hand now, but he had what was called a 2-outer. In other words, in a deck of 52 cards, there were only 2 cards that could fall where he would win, right? Now, that means
how do you know that when you're in the game?
It's the math. It's complicated. I won't get into details, but you do know. Like when I see what I have versus what he had, there were only 2 cards in the entire deck that could beat me. And
I got it. There's only two possible cards. Okay, I got it. I was missing. Like, hey, he could have a king or a queen, and if he has the king or queen, those would be the 2 cards that he could. So those were 2 cards that he possibly could have or could get that would beat me in the game.
Well, there's that too.
Okay,
again, I don't want to get too deep into it.
I get it.
After I saw what he was holding, which I thought he actually might have had a better hand, and I still called. The hand he showed me was actually worse than I thought, which was good for me. And when I saw it, I realized that of all the cards left in the deck, there are only 2 more that are going to be played.
Right.
He had to get one of these 2 cards. That's the only way he could win, right? And with 2 cards to come, the first one, if the first card had been one of like 5 or 6, he would have lost immediately. But those 2 cards came, and one of them was the one that he needed to. So I lost a $1,250 pot. So that was painful as shit. But here's the reality. I started the game when I first sat down with $200, right? And when I put my 625 or whatever it was in, I still had like 300 in front of me. So technically I was playing with house money, right? And after I lost that hand, I continued to win some more. So ultimately in that session, I still won $200 or $300, but it could have been $1,500.
And I know we talked about this years ago, and I know that poker, at least at that point, was your game of choice. And I think we actually even talked about what are the worst odds games to play in the casino. Doesn't it go something like the slot machines are the worst? That's the worst one.
Totally the worst.
And then like roulette, isn't that like the next one? That's the worst.
There are a lot that are worse than roulette. It depends if it's a single, double, or 000 roulette. But again, I don't
even understand. I mean, I guess there is some level of entertainment that is happening with the slot machine, but there's no interaction with anybody. There's no relationship. There's no anything. You're a solo person, a lonely person sitting at a slot machine, hoping that you win and pay your mortgage, or I don't know what, or you're looking for that. What's it? The big thing,
like the big jackpot,
yeah, like the bonus jackpot or whatever it is.
Oh yeah, sure.
I mean, like the car drops from the ceiling.
But Doug, all the lights and the colors and the sound.
And then people have their own specific type of slot machines that they like to play. Like I think Chuck really loved to play the Wheel of Fortune game. And there's people that like to play, the traditional ones. And then there's the ones that, and now they have not now, because I'm sure it's been like this for decades. They have the ones that, you're playing 16 lines at a time. You don't even know if you win. You're waiting for the machine to tell you if you've won or not. Talk about trust.
Yeah, there's ridiculous shit like that. But anyway, yeah. So you were saying that the odds, right? That slot machines are the worst. There are a couple of weird random games that are pretty bad too. And then it would be roulette. And then blackjack is very good. And then craps is about well, technically baccarat is the very best odds in the entire house.
It is the best odds for the house or for you?
For you. The best odds for you. Now, I don't know how to play baccarat. But that's like
a high end game. That's where they have like the baccarat lounges. Those are the ones where they, the poker lounge is filled like with smokers and dingy and everything. And then the baccarat, it's like they're serving champagne and there's like a disco or a party going on.
Yeah, pretty much. Because it's high end guys a lot of times that will play baccarat. So anyway, you were trying to get to a point that we've totally missed. Like, why were you bringing up the odds at the casino?
Oh, I don't remember. I was just.
I thought you had a point.
No, absolutely none. It's the same point as this show. There is no point in this show.
Exactly. Speaking of which, for those who have been waiting, welcome back. My name is Strickland Bonner. On the other side of the microphone, Mr. Doug Sandler. So,
it's key if you ever actually host your own podcast, if you're in our community and you don't use us, which I would tell you, please do use us because we will remind you of this often. Please mention who you are every episode, because while you think that everybody knows who you are because you have 50 or 100 episodes, we're 1,300 episodes in. Somebody's just listening to us for the first time today, and we have 2 words to say to you, and Strickland will share them with you.
Mm-hmm. We're sorry.
We are very sorry.
If you're wondering when the show actually starts, this is it. You're listening to it right now. This is not the pre-show. This is the actual show right here.
Yeah, this is not, they hit the record button by mistake and they're not editing this out because their editing team forgot to do that. No, if we were to do that, then we would actually have no episodes.
Exactly. So the house edge at craps, if you are playing properly, the typical house edge at craps is 0.8%. And so what that means is, in more basic terms, for every $100 that you spend, on average, you're going to lose 80 cents, which is pretty freaking amazing when you think about it. Like, dude, 80 cents out of every $100?
Yeah, but you said something very key at the top of that. If you play correctly.
Well, yeah, that's true too. You have to play correctly.
Yeah, but the thing is, you got to play the game right.
Yeah, but
nobody plays the game right.
Yeah, but even when you play it right, gambling, it's all about the streaks and the trends, right? Like, sure, I could sit down at a craps table and lose $200 in 20 minutes, right? So yes, if I keep playing infinitely, yes, I'll only lose 80 cents. But how much money do I have to lose before it bounces back again, right? It's not that easy.
Yeah, but again, you mentioned the important term there at the top of that, which is if you play correctly, because very few people play correctly because they got that 6 inches between their ears that gets in the way all the time. That emotional brain, that lizard brain, that survivor brain is like, oh my God, a 7 came up. What are the chances of another 7 coming up? It's not going to happen again. It's going to be fun. It's the same odds the next time. It's like when you flip a coin, heads or tails, and you get a head, the next coin flip, you don't have now a 25% of getting a head or a tail. You still have a 50% chance. If you flip a head, a coin 10 times and you get 10 times you get ahead, the 11th time, it's still a 50% odds of you getting the head or the tail. It's not contingent upon the previous flips.
Exactly.
Just calm down here. Just get out of Vegas.
Vegas is built on bad math. It's all good.
It really is.
100%.
Bad math but great buffets. Amazing buffets.
Although it is funny you mentioned that. The buffets have really become less and less recently. A lot of them are closing. I mean, COVID did some of that, obviously. But
I want to go to the buffet, which we did not discover when JJ and I went to Vegas. I want to find the buffet that does the crab legs.
Dude, Bacchanal at Caesars is the shit. I think the one at Bellagio does it still too.
I mean, when
are you going to come out to visit? You said you're going to come out and visit, right?
I think that would be a great plan.
I can get you a free hotel room. I got some offers.
I know. We've just got to make the plan happen.
Mm-hmm. We'll find the buffet for you. I know it's the most important thing to you. We can find it.
Well, definitely not gambling.
It's been a long ass time since I've been to a buffet, come to think of it. Yeah.
Oh God, all those trips that we had to Las Vegas with all the guys. I mean, we literally would go down there at like 10 o'clock, right at the tail end of breakfast. And we would sit, this is probably when they let you do this. I don't know if they let you do this anymore. We would sit there until lunch started.
Right, exactly. So we could grab the breakfast food before they cleared it out, and then they'd bring the lunch food out, and we just paid one price, and we got to eat both. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's probably not fair. We probably didn't do that right.
I'm sure they've got things in place to prevent that now.
All right, let's move on to more serious subjects here. And maybe this is a subject that maybe you know about, maybe you don't know about. I don't know. But what are you thinking about the rise in the interest rates from the Federal Reserve? Did that happen today?
I have no idea. I'm nervous about it because, I got my house being built, right? And I can't lock in a mortgage rate until the house is like within 90 days of being done. Now, mortgage rates, let's say in November, right? When I signed up, Jesus, oh my God, like I just pulled up mortgage rates, 30-year fixed 4.9%. What the fuck? They cannot be that fucking high. Jesus Christ.
It's all relative.
Oh
brother.
my
God. It is all relative.
But it was like just a couple of fucking months ago. I mean, the difference between it was down at like, 2 and 2.75.
I know when we got the mortgage on our house, the rates were around 2.75%.
Yeah.
And because we're both self-employed, and I think I was the problem, not because of credit, but just because I don't even know why it was the problem. I can't remember. I think it was, I forget what happened. We ended up getting a 3% mortgage rate. And I'm like, oh, fuck, it's 3%. It's like, wah. It was like 3%.
Right. And now the way it's going now, it's looked like I'm not going to be able to lock in under fucking 5, even with great credit. That's what I'm nervous about.
So I don't understand how, okay, so the Federal Reserve, and I don't know if they did this today, and maybe you can take a look on Google and see if it was the case. The Federal Reserve was going to raise their rates 0.25%. So how does that translate into going from 3% to 4.75% on the open market?
Dude, you know what's really funny? First of all, I totally agree with that. The Fed approves a 0.25% point rate hike, the first increase since December 2018.
Yeah.
Officials indicated an aggressive path ahead with rate rises coming at each of the remaining 6 meetings of 2022.
Yeah, they're gonna. I think that they're. Do your bit. You can get a 120-day lock. You can get a 90-day lock. I don't know that they're going to with that news though. The mortgage companies. I remember when I was in the mortgage business, you could get an extended lock. You'd pay an extra point for it, or you'd pay extra money for it. Mm-hmm. But that had nothing to do with, or it was not contingent upon. They can see in the news. They can see just by checking the Federal Reserve, the rates are going to go up a quarter. So that means that every one of the next 6 sessions that they have, they're probably going to jack it another 0.25%. So
and that's 6 more sessions this year, like in the next 9 months.
The whole problem is inflation has gotten out of control. So although and they do have a really good, I can't remember the name, the Federal Reserve chairman now. Is it
Bernanke, or is that the old guy?
No, I think that's the older guy. Is it like Jerome?
I
don't know. Anyway, the new guy is like all about aggressively raising the rates in order to curtail inflation. And what's so interesting about it is you have to hurt the economy actually to stimulate the economy, because the problem is that everything is so expensive right now.
Right. But what kills me because I'm with you with the interest rates, right? So gas, everybody's complaining about gas and it's Biden's fault and whatever, and it's so fucking expensive and oil's so expensive, right? Well, since we talked last week, did you know that now oil has dropped like $30 a barrel? It's like at its lowest level in 6 months or a year.
You're not
or something.
going to see that at the pump though.
Exactly. That's it. Like as soon as barrels fucking oil prices go up, the gas companies are like, oh yeah, we got to jack the price of gas. And then when it comes right back down immediately, we better be careful. We don't want to bring the prices down too quickly. Such bullshit.
Yeah. Well, again, buy Exxon, buy Mobil, buy whatever other BP, but they're polluting the world. Yeah, but buy them in the meantime, okay? Because we can't do anything about them.
Yeah.
Buy stock in the oil companies.
Yeah. Anyway, you ready for some voicemails?
Do we have voicemails in there?
We have 4 voicemails in there.
We do?
We have 4 goddamn voicemails.
Are they all from this week? I do not know that. I know that there was a voicemail today that was in there. However, Ashley emailed me back and said, hey, just want to let you know there's a voicemail in here, but it's just a missed call. So either somebody was fooling around with the old 4242 DJ Doug. And by the way, if you have never been a caller, if you've been a longtime listener, never time caller, please take a moment, call us 4242 DJ Doug. That is the phrase that pays.
That's the number that everybody ignores. All of these voicemail files are from the 11th of March. Oh, wait a minute. The 11th. Today's the 17th. Wait a minute. Maybe these are the old ones.
Oh boy. Well, wait. No. The 11th of March. That was a Friday, so it would be the episode aired on Friday, so they wouldn't have been left on Friday.
These are the new ones. There
got to be new voicemails.
Okay, got to be new voicemails.
Hey, but my question would be more in lines of I'm looking at the wavelengths and everything, and I don't see the motivational music under it. Is it? Are we dropping that from the?
Oh God, I forgot about that. This is going to be Jared in here, right? Okay, hold on.
I don't know. We don't. Well, I'm not even going to ask the Magic 8 Ball this time. I feel like they are all Jared. I'm seeing them. They look like they're Jared. Just I can tell what Jared's wavelengths look like now.
Now, what is the music? Because I thought I put it over here. I bet I did it in my other DM clip, BL Stinger.
All right. Well, next week we'll come back.
Next week we'll come back with
the motivational music. We won't make Strickland jump through too many hoops today.
Yeah, I can't think about all that.
I can't. And
we got 4 voicemails. If it's 1, 2,
I do have a date with Walmart at 6:30, so it's 6:13 right now. So we better hop to it.
Yeah, no motivation music. Okay, but of course we do have to do. Yeah. You're going to have to tell me if you hear this or not, because
let's try.
When I go to tools and options, I feel like I should do not speakers, but Yeti. But when I do this, you're saying it's super quiet. Right?
Let's try it. Let me hear the way that it should be.
Okay.
Do a little test. So, no, it's very low. Very low. Very low.
It's so weird.
Go the other way.
But that's the way it's supposed to be. But if I change the speaker, oh, wait a minute. Speaker 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What the fuck is that? Where'd that come?
I don't know. Is that for channels?
Maybe it's, hang on, let me try this different channel.
Nope, too low.
I hear nothing there.
Too low.
So,
go back to the other
magic levels. What the fuck is that? Where did that come from?
No, what that was
damping merge on. What the fuck? I got to go back and find. That's new shit. I didn't even know that existed.
What
okay,
was that was nice.
All right, so if I change to speakers, Realtek, it's actually the computer speaker. So I've got to pull an ear out to hear it because I don't hear it, but I think that's what you said. It plays loud. So let's try it.
Go ahead and play it. Really, hold on. That sounded all funky.
What's the sound? So I heard that out of my regular computer speakers, although it's very quiet. What's it sound like in your ear?
It didn't sound like it was coming through your speakers. It sounded like it was internal, but it still wasn't as loud as it would normally be. Don't know.
I mean,
okay.
I can crank it here. Who the hell knows? All right, let's give it a shot. Here we go.
Okay.
I was going to put noise reduction on too, because you never know. Right? Jared's in a noisy place.
I didn't realize noise reduction works when you're in playback mode. I only thought that worked when you're like exporting.
Nope. Works in playback too. It's pretty cool. Hindenburg.
Hey, Doug. Hey, Shrek. Jared here. So I don't have a lot to add for this week. I enjoyed the show.
Hold on.
Are you not hearing it?
I heard an echo through your speaker first. I heard it through your speaker or something, and then I heard it through the recording.
Oh, so maybe my mic is here. Let's do this. Let's try it like that. If I move my mic away, or I could mute my mic while it's playing because it's just being weird.
All right, let's try.
That's right. We're professionals here. That's right. Okay, let's give it a shot. I'm going to play this and mute this.
Oh, nice.
Hey, Doug. Hey, Shrek. Jared here. So I don't have a lot to add for this week. I enjoyed the show, But I wanted to call in and say, Doug, I hope you had a great vacation. I've been seeing some of your pictures from you over in Hawaii, and dude, it's beautiful there. I am a little upset though because they do make suitcases big enough I could have squeezed into them. I'm just saying, I wouldn't have minded. I would take that ride to go to Hawaii.
We heard this.
Anyways, guys, as always, love the show, and yes, you have kept up your streak. This one was twice as good as last week.
We did hear this.
All right, guys, love it, and can't wait to talk with you again and listen to next week's episode.
I do vaguely remember him saying that.
This is a note telling Chuck to fire Ashley. Wait, there's only one instruction that I provide, and the instruction is if there are voicemails in the voicemail drive, just eliminate them. Now, I'm going to come to her defense because I don't know that there were any voicemails this week, which means that she probably never went to the voicemail box, which would mean that all 4 of these are voicemails that we heard. Now, I did remember hearing that voicemail last week, though.
I have no recollection of that voicemail.
You don't remember? I remember him saying, "You have,
his suitcase."
The suitcase.
Maybe I was listening in the computer speakers and didn't hear it then either. I don't know, but there were 4 it was 4 voicemails.
Skip right to number 4 for a second.
All right, let's try it. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Hey, Doug, Jared here. Voicemail number 3. As always, This was a fantastic episode, and yes, like as good as the last. But I have something for you guys, or a request. Doug, as the master flyer you are, you smashed up his drone, and you mentioned he had a warranty, so I'm guessing you bought off Amazon, had a warranty through Amazon, and I'd like you to let us know if that is indeed the case. And I'm really curious how the return and replacement work. Did they actually do it? Did they actually replace it without giving him all kinds of hassle? Was it easy? So I'm giving you some work to do that you caused because of your awesome drone story. I'm sure many people have seen these warranties that are offered, and I personally pass on pretty much every single one because I've had bad experiences in the past when I did buy a warranty. Oh, it'll cover anything. And then they'll say, oh, well, it won't cover really hardly anything. So you're not covered. You just gave us money for nothing. So it'd be nice to know if it actually did what he thought it was going to do. Did it replace it? Did it give him his money back? But they tell him to go fly a kite because it's not really one that's any good anyway. All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. And once again, on the show. Enough that I called back about something at the beginning, at the end. Think on that one, folks. See you guys later.
All right, I don't recall hearing
that was definitely
one.
a new. That was definitely a new me.
That was a new one. So let me dive into the answers to the questions on that one before we get to another voicemail. So while I don't have experience with DJI and their warranty, they are very, very specific about what the warranty includes, and they have certain exclusions and they have certain conditions. Like for example, one of the conditions they have one in the warranty. It's $49. So if it is a bill of goods, it's like okay, it was only $49. But at the same time, you don't want to waste $49.
Mm-hmm.
They have one called the flyaway policy. The flyaway policy is different than the broken drone policy. The flyaway policy is if your drone flies away and does not come back and you can't find it, meaning it's just lost, you have nothing to return to them for repair. So they do have a flyaway policy that will cover you for the first 200 for this. You have to replace the drone with another drone at or above the level of the one that you bought. And there is a $250 deductible.
What?
So there is okay, but you're spending $600 for the drone. So
okay, so you're paying $50 for the privilege to only have to pay for half of it if it gets lost.
Okay, but let me give you my example of my situation that happened to me just 2 days ago, not yesterday, just 2 days ago. I was flying my drone. I was on top of Shelf Road, which is probably 2 miles from my house, flying the drone back this way. As I'm flying the drone, it said right on the screen, connection with drone lost.
Oops.
I'm like, shit, lost another one. Broke another one or it's gone. And then it said, connection with drone lost. And then it said, warning, not connect. And I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do?
Right.
And then it just kind of, it forewarns you. There's a woman that comes on the screen, just her voice comes on and says, returning to home location. And I'm waiting and I'm waiting. And all of a sudden my drone appears on my screen again. And it every time you turn on your drone, it drops a pin and it says, this is where your home location is for the time being for this flight. And it will, if you lose a connection, it will come back. It is challenging based upon my experience. It's challenging to lose a drone.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Based upon that experience, it would seem like it would be nearly impossible. So I'm not so concerned about the flyaway thing. I was more concerned about $49. What happens? Well, what happens is you pay $49 for the privilege of paying $49 to repair anything that is broken on any piece of equipment that you have. So I could fly it into a tree and one of the wings could break off of the drone. So I can't repair that. It has to go back to the factory. So they pay the shipping back and forth, but you pay $50 as a deductible and they will repair it or replace it if they can't repair it. I think that's a good deal. That's a good deal.
Mm-hmm.
So
it is. And I know what Jared's talked about. I've had these home warranty deals before where, it's like, oh yeah, we cover everything. And it's like, we, cover the hot water heater. And it's like, no.
I just did that. Wasn't I telling you about that experience? Have I not explained that experience on the Nice Guys?
I don't think so.
So I replaced my hot water heater. And I think that I remember I asked you, I said, what would you pay for a hot water heater? And you said like $600 or $700 or $800. I'm like,
yeah, I think
all right, well, so they had to come and completely get rid of my hot water heater because it was broken. And so the replacement, including the warranty, which is $700 for the year, not just for the hot water heater, but for everything in the house, $66 a month.
Oh yeah. Okay. Right.
Okay. $66 a month. That's what gets me the homeowner's warranty. The hot water heater was the first thing that I had to actually get repaired through this warranty company. They only will cover a certain portion of the repair. They won't do any like code updates or any hot or cold water lines. They basically are repairing the hot water heater, replacing it.
Yep.
It still cost me $1,300.
See, that's the thing, right? So did they tell you what they actually covered of it?
Yes, they cover the cost of the hot water heater, which was $800 for the hot water heater, and the other accessories and the things that were all a part of what they had to replace. But they didn't recover. They charged me, and I started looking up the prices for these things, like the drip pan. They charged me $125 for the drip pan. So I got on the Home Depot and I'm like, drip pan was like $30.
Yeah, $12, right?
They charged me $150 for each of the hot and cold water lines. And I looked and I'm like, okay, flexible hot water line. Okay, $8 for each one of those. They charged me like $75 for the gas line. I'm like, $75 for the gas line. Literally, it is a flexible yellow tube that goes from the gas to the hot water heater. They charge, I don't remember some crazy whatever. Everything altogether was $1,300, and I'm like, I don't know if that. So what would be the worthwhile? Like my mom always uses it, and she's always paying $75 for the repair, and the guys are coming in, they're making the repairs, and like I think it's just whoever is the contractor and whatever work they get done. She's only paying $75. She never pays above that $75 number.
But this is your mom, so let's say hypothetically in your house, the dishwasher gets hung, something happens with the dishwasher, right?
I'm going to fix it.
Right. Exactly. If it's not something major, you're going to fix it.
Yeah.
So 9 times out of 10, if it's something with the dishwasher, right, she does have to pay $75 for that.
Right.
And so the person coming out is making the $75. And then if there's some part
Mrs. Finstein, you forgot to hit the on button. that was her $75.
Exactly. I mean, I had an issue one time with my HVAC, like my AC unit at my old house or something. And they basically everything they could possibly do to basically say, no, we can repair, we're not going to replace.
Yeah.
And it's
so it sounds like from this, you're against the buying of the homeowner's warranty.
If I was your mom, no. because I get it. If something weird happens with my dishwasher and I don't want to mess with it, I don't want to think about it.
Right.
Yeah, I probably would rather pay $75. But for you or me, fuck no. I'm not going to say you got scammed, but I'm going to say that this is how those companies work. And Jared would probably know better. I'm hoping he's going to call in. I'm guessing. So let's say they call the hot water heater company, right? And they're making the $75 for the trip, right? Oh yeah, it is totally broken, right? We need to replace it. Yes, the company will pay, but I'm sure they have some like
I know, or they have relationship with the homeowner warranty company where if I were to call that plumber right now off the homeowner warranty grid and say, hey, I need to replace a hot water heater, can you come out and fix it or replace it? I don't think that it would have been a $2,500 repair. Now,
dude,
I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
Exactly where I'm going with it. I've got a feeling I wouldn't doubt if they have some deal with these guys where it's like, okay, here's the deal. The part that needs to be replaced, right? We're going to pay you the $75 service charge, but the part that needs to be replaced, you do it for us at cost, right? Or you do it for us at half of whatever retail is.
Yeah.
But everything else that needs to be charged for, charge whatever the fuck you want. So you're going to make up the loss.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't have gotten the gig at all.
Right.
Connected with the warranty company, right? So you have the opportunity to gouge the customer for the other things. I bet that's exactly how they work.
And I'm the kind of guy, like I wouldn't mind making any repair, but I had the homeowner warranty. Like,
that's how
I would have fucking made the repair myself.
Right.
It's like I replaced a hose faucet outside today from the because I couldn't turn it on because the water here is so fucking hard that it just wrecks every faucet. And I'm like, if a plumber had to come out and repair this, it would probably cost me $200. Right. I'm like, I'm just going to go to Ace and get the $12 part myself and replace it. Yeah, there was a couple of trips to Ace because I measured it wrong or I got the wrong size pipe. It's a copper pipe. I thought it was 3/4 inch or 5/8 and it was actually 1/2 inch. So I bought the wrong thing. So I had to go back twice. But it's like there is some level of satisfaction I get for doing shit myself. I'm just worried it's going to be something like, okay, the other example, and we won't have a chance to get to the other 2 voicemails today because I got to run. Earthquake insurance.
Okay.
Earthquake insurance is $800 a year.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. Okay, it's a lot. $35,000 deductible.
What?
So I'm like
$35,000 deductible.
Yep, $35,000 deductible because when an earthquake hits and you need the coverage, your house probably just doesn't get rattled around a little. It probably gets fucking shaken off its foundation.
Wow. $35,000 deductible. Jesus, that's insane.
I know. I mean, it's not going to destroy the land, but it could fucking kill my pool. It could crack my pool and I'd have to have my pool replaced.
Oh shit, I didn't think about that. And the whole foundation of the house. God damn.
Right. The whole foundation. When we put in an offer or we're going to put an offer on the first house, there was a crack in the foundation that was caused from something called expanding soil, which is pretty typical here in California. It's very, very expensive to fix the foundation. It was going to be $100,000 just to fix the foundation. They have to basically lift the house off of the foundation and fix the foundation and then set the house down again. So I understand why it's a $35,000 deductible, but I'm like, no, I'm willing to take the first $35,000 on my own and just risk it,
Right.
I don't know. Anyway, I got to run, but if there are 2 more voicemails, then maybe we can get to them next week and we'll just have them as holdover. Do they have an expiration date on them? Are they stale? Do you know?
I have no idea. But I want to make sure and delete the right ones because we listened to 1 and 4. So I'm going to delete.
But he said, let me throw some
confusion.
He
said 3. I know. He said 3, even though it said 4. So yeah, it's going to be super.
You better go check that out. All right, I got to run. So why don't we just have Steve O'Brien go ahead and take us out of here.
The Nice Guys on Business are professional podcasters. Please do not try this at home. It may seem simple, kids, but lots of people get hurt in the process. Void where prohibited, including Mexico, Puerto Rico, Fredonia, or your in-laws. The Nice Guys on Business are not responsible for any claims of liability or any guarantee that these two morons know what they're talking about. There is no promise that being nice to people will help your business, but calling people assholes, dumb, incontinent fuckwads will definitely lose you business. For any and all claims, shit in one hand and wish in the other, and see which one fills up first. Thank you for listening to the Nice Guys on Business podcast. I'm Steve O'Brien. All right. Top 5 names the Nice Guys on Business almost called their podcast. Number 5, Oceans 2. Super original, guys. Number 4, the Dynamic Dill Rods. I like the visual, and it's accurate. Number 3, Biz Talk with Ross and Rachel. Doesn't even make any sense. Number 2, Game of Fuckery. That was a close one, because that really hits home. And number 1, 1.5 Men. Right now, you're probably thinking, boy, am I glad I left the kids at home for this episode. Am I the only one that can hear that? The fucking mail truck always has no muffler on it. Drives me crazy. It's one of the few sounds that can penetrate my fortress of solitude here. And the mail lady, she's a sweetheart too. It's not her fault. Not at all. It's the U.S. fucking government's fault. Ah, damn it. That drives me crazy.